our today's session. It is our WeAreOne group, weekly session number 238. Today is the 15th of March, 2025. And today's our topic of discussion is Dus Mahavidya, which represents 10 forms of Goddess Shakti. So we'll go into Dus Mahavidyas and the purpose, the reason we will discuss it. We have selected today to discuss this Dus Mahavidya because it will be by end of this month, within 2 weeks' time, we will be visiting Kamakha temple, and there we'll do Shakti Aradhana, invoking the Shakti, and this 10 goddess, the temple which represents the Dus Mahavidya, are there inside the Kamakha temple. So we'll visit each one of them and seek the blessings. And as I mentioned, the purpose of this this particular pilgrimage to Kamakha will be to invoke Shakti, invoke the divine feminine energy. We need this energy more than anything at this period. It will continue for another 3 years period. The external world will be heavily chaotic. A lot of disturbances, a lot of trouble, a lot of so-called dark forces will try to affect, and there will be a lot of war, a lot of fraud, cheating, and vandalism. Even the war kind of situation will happen, or rioting kind of situation will happen. So these are this time is not very conducive for expecting good behavior or time of peace in that sense. I'm not telling this because to get you into fear. In fact, just the opposite. If someone is completely ignorant about the spirituality, the ultimate power, the purpose of human life, still stuck in the materialistic things, the systems and the greed of power, greed of money, and in the name of relationship, exploiting people and causing any harm to others, manipulate others, and things like that. So those kind of so-called smart things will be completely ruined, and in Babaji's language, they'll be completely crushed during this period. So of course, to dispel the negativity, you bring light, and same in the physical level, physical world, to you can say the counter, overpower all these kind of negative forces. You need Shakti, you need power. So this power in the universe from the beginning came from the divine feminine energy or Shakti. Yeah, you might have noticed we have written Adi Parashakti. What does that mean? Adi means original, so there is no such. That's easy to understand. But actually, there is in Shaivism that the Lord Shiva energy or the energy of creation. We have also earlier we had so there what is there is just to, we'll not go into that detail. We'll just explaining what is para means. Para means Suddha Tattva. Suddha means that ultimately what is from where the knowledge came. There are some there are some elements which are pure, they call Suddha Tattva. They are actually, you can say the English translation may be pure spiritual energy. Suddha Tattva, that is para energy. And then there is some sections they call para apara, that is a mix of spiritual as well as magnetic or gross type energy. And apara means asuddha tattva. And second one is suddha tattva, and third one is asuddha tattva. Asuddha tattva is a gross magnetic energy, or gross energy, you can say. Higher one is subtler, pure energy, and this is gross manifest. So you can say that is in the Asuddha Tattva, the lower level of things, the gross one is Purusha, like human. And Para Tattva, Suddha Tattva, that is Para, ultimately it is started from Param Shiva and then supported by Shakti. So these two, from there, these two started, then there are different types of Shakti and things like that. So all those things, Para means ultimate pure form. So Adi Parashakti means from where all the Shakti came. So this is the combination of the pure love, divine feminine energy, but with the power. Power to do, power to change, power to destroy the avidya, ignorance, destroy the, you can say that animalistic tendencies in human being. So those kind of things, like the higher qualities, they drop it in there, they feel comfortable in the lower type of energy, and to dispel that, to annihilate that, you need that kind of power. So whoever has come to the spirituality, particularly, of course, all our group members are guided by Babaji. Those who are already into the spirituality, who has transcended that, understood there is much beyond as a human life, purpose of human life. It is much beyond that only to, the materialistically live our life, mechanical life, and, earning money and eating, drinking, and enjoying, and that kind of enjoyment. That is not the life, purpose of life. It's okay to some extent that you have to go through the life's process, but that is not the purpose. That is not to be stuck with. So whoever, what I mean to say, I already told that next 3 years coming to be is a very so-called tough. For those who already come into the spirituality, they will ride the wave, means they will not sink. They'll get all the knowledge, all the power, all the guidance, and of course blessings, Guru Kripa. They were blessing to ride that. Suppose there is a sea, open sea. There is a very rough sea with huge waves and all. So rough seas, they are not good for swimming. People can sink, into if they go for swimming and all those kind of things. But those places are very good for surfing them. There is sea surfing, there is sport. They can only in the rough sea, or which having a huge kind of waves, only those areas are good for that kind of surfing. So the normal people they wanted to swim and take a dip, that may not be good for them. They will fall down. The wave is so, forceful. It is not good for normal kind of swimming, but it is good for surfing. Why I'm giving this analogy? So that's how the energy will be. And that's how it's already started actually. But next 3 years, that kind of energy will be. They don't have their own, the power, or they cannot invoke that kind of power. They will sink because the external is very turbulent force. But those who have come into the spirituality, they will ride the wave. They will know the technique, how to surf. So they will be guided. So they will enjoy that whole thing. It will same way. It will be a lot of people will suffer. They cannot get into the water. They will, feel rejected and thrown out or whatever it is. But those they learned, they took that choice, conscious choice to do that, and so they learned that. So in the spiritual equivalent, we will start that journey to get that energy from our Kamakya pilgrimage. We will start with that. And the day of that, when we will visit the Kamakya temple and these temples of 10 Devis representing Dus Mahavidya, I will come to that explanation of one by one a little later. What are those vidyas? But there are temples we'll go and seek the blessings so that we get all types of energy. And of course, you have to ride over those kind of chaotic energy. So you need more powerful things. Be fearful and sit in home and see that what is played out. It is all, chaotic, bad, like a war-like situation outside. So you need to hold that kind of weapon to, save yourself and ride yourself. So you need a lot of energy. So all this, whatever we are going to see, those are not the thing that is, sitting in home and, only meditating and nice, goody things, experiences you are having. That is not the time for that. That's a preparation time. We did that. But now it is time to face this kind of world, and ultimately will be true. Definitely we will be basically what Babaji is saying, that who are already chosen to be spiritual path, they will be leading the world after that. So-called golden era is coming, where a lot of people will be transformed. So overall purpose-wise, this process is, I'm just giving you the understanding what is the process is all about from the higher point of view. Or spiritual point of view, this is also a time where a lot of people will be disillusioned, with either things will be taken away from them or they will fall trap into something, and they will be, something, what is called unfair thing happen into the life from the external life. Yeah? That will be the triggering event into their life, and then there is no such thing. Basically, people will be crazy in the absence of security. People looks for security, and that security, so far, most of the people, try to find out in the external world in the name of, bank balance in the property or, whatever you call it, the shares or, positions or many other things. Yeah? Those kind of, when those will fail, the systems will fail. People may depend upon some organization or the government or whatever, there are all kinds of systems. All this will have a radical change. So why they will have a radical change? Because those systems governed by the kind of people, they will get completely exposed. It is not that they will pretend to be doing on your behalf, but actually not. Those truth will be exposed and things will definitely change. When the truth will come out, then things has to fall down. And that is the time you need to evolve spiritually or awaken. They will guide the world, because people will need to have their direction, which direction they will go. So when existing things will be crashing down, then the people will look for that kind of security, that kind of assurance, and that assurance will come from our own spiritual connection. So that power, we have to bring within that power that has to come out, and so that we can take control of our lives. In fact, if I tell in few words, it is people are taking their power back into themselves. It's the self-power which will govern, not what is given power. Whether we have given by choice or some political process or by, economic compulsion, whatever it is, those powers, what we have given others, we are basically following others, our life control given to somebody else. They are governing us, they are guiding us, and we are just supposed to be followed, that was happened so far. So all our education systems are created so that we can be very good employee, or we are just obliged to all the rules and regulations and all. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying rules are bad. I'm saying those are designed to control people. So far it has been, done. It served its purpose, but this is a changing time, because if we cannot depend on the other systems, then automatically people will choose you need to think of your security, your well-being, not to give in to somebody and ultimately end up that they get cheated, or betrayed. So that kind of time is coming. To do that, from where that power will come? All of us, we have that power. You have to awaken that power. And that's where the role of the spiritual masters are coming, the guides. All over the world, Babaji is also guiding thousands of masters for that day. Even though in the today also it will see like, it is wastage of time, or, nothing, we cannot see anything. Yeah. So it's okay. Means, the fire brigades. Yeah? So fire brigade, maybe they're in the fire station waiting for months. Yeah. They're not moving. They have to maintain the vehicle. They have to get ready, go through the training and all those kind of things. Only one day, maybe when a whole year comes, when they go rush and then they bring the fire under control. For that one day, these are the preparations needed to get ready, because when the time comes, you cannot allow the whole thing to get burned and go into ashes. Yeah. Same here. So don't expect every day some fire will come so that the fire brigade will be busy. Yeah, that is not the logic you have to fit here. Same with our lives now. Even though apparently it looks like there is no use, and what's the point? Yeah? We have to go to some place and getting Shakti. What for? I'm somehow managing. I'm okay with that. Something will come, we'll see. But when something will come, your fire brigade, the fire started and fire brigade says that last 2 years, tire has not changed, there is a leak, there is a puncture, the water is not filled properly, there is a leak in that. Nothing can happen. You have to simply see the fire burning the whole thing. Yeah. So that's why it is to be aware that situation is coming. It is not fear mongering. Yeah. So in fact, just the opposite. The teaching, whatever you are getting in the spiritual path, So it is all about finding the path of love, pure love, So people who are helping you, guiding you, they are doing it out of compassion. They are not doing it out of some deal or, how much they can get. In fact, the type of thing you are getting, you cannot even pay back in time. Money and all those things. Yeah. So it is not possible, because when the time will come in that particular, that moment, so you will lose everything from life. Only this thing, which is that the power, your inner power, the awakened consciousness will take you, show you the light. And that's who has, the way you have learned that, way you have seen that, way you have gone through that process, that will ultimately be worked on that day. It will give its value. It is worth it. So we will just, as I mentioned, that we will have this process done. So on 29th of March this year, that's 2 weeks from now, next to next Saturday. And that is also the huge planetary positions are there. All these things happening in the world is directly linked to some astrological or cosmic events and the planetary positions, because they decide the energy, that you cannot change individually of anything. Yeah. Only thing you can, if you know the technique, you can ride that wave, what I said earlier, and the sea surfing. Yeah. So that we are going to, learn. So because of this 29th of March there will be a solar eclipse. It will not be seen in this part of the world in India. But there will be solar eclipse, and that time will be almost peak of that disturbance or chaos or kind of things. Havoc may happen in the external world, but we have chosen that date to be in the divine protection in the Kamakha, in that land. I'm not saying that only going inside the temple and Garbhagriha will protect you. I'm not saying that. In fact, for us, if we go to that, that whole land will be vibrating high. Even if you are maybe 1 kilometer away from that actual temple, you will still get that energy. We'll go and we'll visit, we'll see. But I'm just making you clear. I'm just telling you, but that particular, the vibration that will protect you, not just, kitne ka mala chadaya or prasad chadaya is not important, and just be in that field, and that would be fine. That is no such thing. So this process, what we are going to do, don't think that it is like any other thing, and it's not. As I explained so far, it is all about getting us ready, from individually. See, true master will always make you ready for this so that you can handle yourself. Power coming to you means you, that also, don't give it to anybody else. That also include your, master, guru, guide, all those things. You have to know yourself, and this is the opportunity to get that. There will be, also let me tell you, there will be a lot of ego play. Many people will come into huge influence of ego, and something or some issue will come or other, some form of other, they will miss the opportunity. Okay. That is also there. All masters, they know it. Because Surya Grahan, when the Grahan happens, like it conceals the light, right? And that whoever is affecting by the Grahan, some way or the other, they will miss it. They will not be able to. They will not able to the part of this process. So when the situation comes, they will not be ready. That's okay. Everybody has a free will. So they will get affected and it will be seen, but sometimes later it may be, they say, I'm not sure how we can face it, because it's not possible, because you lose that opportunity when it came from Babaji. When it came, you didn't say yes, or find some excuse or some alternate things. Those are ego play. I'm just telling you, be careful. Yeah. So try to get this opportunity when it is coming. It is not, don't think it is a coincidence or many such opportunity. Don't think like that. So, because that will ultimately, the day of the exam, if you don't read that particular chapter, you will not be able to answer. Simple like that. You will fail the exam. So it is, be properly prepared for the exam and get ready no matter what comes. We all, Babaji has told many times, Babaji has told, I will protect you. But when Babaji gives some kind of things for you to follow, then you have to follow that and get ready, So you cannot use your mind and to choose or, whatever with the excuse not to do certain things, not to follow certain things, all those things in the excuse of anything, whether it's an excuse of time or money or effort, or, don't like it or whatever, those are your excuses. But those excuses, things will come and go. What will sell off? So anyway, so I explained the purpose of this, and this to summarize, we are going into the life-changing event that we're going to happen in next 3 years' time or so, 3, even little more. So that this period, what we need to do, we need to learn how to transmute the negative energy into positive. We transmute the fear into pure love, because that will be our power. Those world's negativity, as I given the example of the surfing of the sea, so we'll use that surfing, the disturbance of that wave energy to ride it and raise above. Same here. We will, this process, what we are going through and we are going to, complete through Dus Mahavidya, that will learn how to transmute the negativity. how to transmute the chaos to our advantage. We will transmute it into pure love, and that pure love will fuel us. Our path is of love, not fear. Fear is just opposite of pure love. In absence of love, like a darkness is absence of light, fear is like that. So far, in the external world, our life has been governed by different types of fear. So that fear has gone so much, the people got crazy now. Means just whatever we are, common sense is also dropped. We are just doing what is opposite to our best interest. Because we don't know, completely blindfolded. So anyway, so it is, the time has come to remove that thing and see the truth and then choose. Of course, you have all the right to choose. I'm not saying you simply follow somebody. In just opposite, just I explained a little earlier. You take the power in your hand. Be aware yourself. Look at in your eyes and then move forward. And basically, not only move forward, if you are empowered with the spiritual powers, Shakti, then you will enjoy the ride. It is like an adventure. For adventure, people go to the forest and, long trek and things like that. So they don't see the toughness of the journey. They just go there to enjoy. Yeah. That is the adventure. So life will be adventure if you come into the spiritual path. Otherwise, the life will crush you like a victim. You will complain, shout, you blame everybody, blame God. It doesn't matter. How does it matter? That you keep doing all this kind of blames, cry whole day, get mad. Who cares? You who have to care yourself. And for that, you need that awareness and understanding. And that's what is offered to you. You have to just get into that and get it through knowledge. So now true knowledge is power. So why, I'm just saying, why Mahavidya? What is the vidya? There should be plus force, 10 forces of different things. Why knowledge? Why vidya? Because knowledge is power. And true knowledge, Brahmagyan, true knowledge, the truth, true knowledge leads you to liberation. Okay? I'm saying just now, whatever I said, I repeat. Why Mahavidya? Maha means great. Because vidya, knowledge is power. And true knowledge, that Brahmagyan or Mahavidya, true knowledge leads you to liberation. You get the knowledge is the key to liberate yourself from this daldal. Daldal means marshy land, what is called quicksand. Sometime or other, the external life or this world systems and things like that will drag you inside. So you need to know how to get out of this quicksand and liberate yourself. And that power to come out is the truth, the knowledge. And that's why it is called knowledge is power. All right. I think I have explained the background, and now let us go into, just give the explanation of each and every Mahavidya, what it stands for. Devi, they are goddesses. 10 goddess. I have already posted the picture into the group. You can see that, refer to that, because I'm not giving any presentation here. So I will just be going to description. If you wanted to see which goddess and that particular time I'm talking, you can see refer to that. The picture where the 10 goddess I have posted just a few minutes back before this session. So you can see that and see how it is. I'll say it later also, but that is the symbolism of each has been given here. And by the way, most of this Devi Roop, Rudra Roop, Rudra means that when the demonic forces you need to hit, then you cannot be soft and beautiful and nice kind of stuff. You have to take the weapon in your hand and do something. Some of the Roops are like a symbol of horror, that it is like a blood and, chopped up head and things like that, and the skull and all those kind of things. Those are symbolism. Means you need to go into that level to get into, that is a way forward for that, the path and the Shakti. So let us also, let me tell you another general thing. Whatever the things you see, that the pictures, if a depiction, all of them have the spiritual connotation, and they are not actually physical. But as the thousands of years back, because people not understand the subtler part of the energy, so that's why some human form is given into that. But basically, those are not to be taken literally, but these are some kind of energy thing, and that represents that energy. So that Devi Roop is just a representation of energy. That's not literal. No, that's what I mean to say. Okay. Anyway, with this, let us go into the explaining one by one. Okay. So first Roop is that it is called Ma Kali. So Ma Kali, you have seen that she is the dark complexion with the dagger in the hand. Kali is a symbol of greatest reality. She truly reveals the type of fully awakened consciousness. Actually, the representation is about, it's all actually everything about the consciousness. And Ma Kali is that it is a fully awakened consciousness, fully enlightened being. So that is that form. The mighty Devi Kali removes the darkness of ignorance and brings the light of awareness of the truth about itself, about the self. Self means your higher self, or you can say soul consciousness. So the truth of the soul it reveals. That is the power you have. The cause which moves the subtle body to the infinite perfection and beyond. So the energy is such, it can takes out from all kinds of, not only physical body, all the higher bodies, come out of the any kind of things you are stuck into. It has all the power, infinite perfection. It's fully perfect, and go beyond by what means? By cutting the ego. Ego must be dropped, and that ego, you can say, symbolizes the head, the chopped head in her hand, and cut the Maya, the illusion, all kinds of illusion. So when the ego drops and the illusion, it removed, then the truth reveals itself. Then the person gets, and that is the, you can say, the experience of enlightenment. That's what the Ma Kali, just that Ma Kali itself can give the ultimate liberation from that. All kinds of worldly things which can drag you down, and cut all those things, cut the ego, cut the Maya, and then the truth reveals itself, and that glimpse itself is liberating. So Goddess who removes all the darkness and leads to self-realization. What is the self-realization? The oneness. That I am with God, or in the higher self, I am God. Your God's self-realization. So that is what the Ma Kali can bring to you. Means, or you, in other words, if you worship Ma Kali, it will be the path towards your self-realization and ultimate liberation. That is about the Ma Kali. So we know that Thakur Ramakrishna Paramahansa Dev, he was a Kali Bhakt, and we also visited the Kineshwar Mahakali temple there. So that is that ultimate, you can say, that divine feminine energy who gives the ultimate liberation from all the worldly things. All right. Second group is about Ma Tara. Ma Tara, her power is the force of sound, that she controls all kinds of sound energy. And to get into that, it is the path of going into the power of sound is observing silence. It is a contradictory thing, but that is how it is. So let me give you our equivalent example. Suppose to have the spiritual experiences, you need to calm down the mind first, right? You have to stop all the noise in your head. Then only you'll be able to experience the higher one. So to get into the actual sound, which will be for you, what the force and power of to understand that, first you have to silence your own mind, okay, through meditation and all these things. So this sadhana means that if worshipping Ma Tara will get you into that detail of that, how you can calm down the mind. Of course, verbal silence will be there. And then what it does, it's that it by the power of sound, it brings abundance of knowledge. And at the same time, as the knowledge is power, it takes away the fear and the darkness of ignorance, of course. Fear means absence of love. So pours with this kind of love, which is come through the abundance, and then it dispels the darkness of ignorance. So that is the Ma Tara. Then the third Devi is Ma Tripura Sundari, or it is also she is also known as Shurashi. Shurashi means okay. Let me explain. She is embodiment of all. Ma Tripura Sundari is actually most beautiful form of the Devis. So extremely beautiful in the form she is, and Ma Tara, Ma Kali both are in little bit Ugra Roop, means like that the war footing front, but Ma Tripura Sundari is just the opposite of that. It's a beautiful girl, in fact. She is the embodiment of all 16 aspects of Mon, which have a direct correlation with the nature of feminine on planet Earth. Okay? Let me little explain what is it. Sun is representative of the like a divine masculine type of energy. Yeah? And Moon is representative of feminine, divine feminine type of energy on planet Earth. Both give light, or day and night, all these things happen on planet Earth. So the Moon has, there are 16 phases of Moon, you can see. Those 16 phases, Tripura Sundari, she holds the embodiment of all the 16 aspects of the Moon. So she represents everything of the divine feminine in those forms. The mantra, every, that Devi has a mantra. There is some mantra. People who worship them, they chant that mantra to invoke that kind of energy. So if anyone, if you're interested, I will send you separately. But those, I'm not going to the mantras today. Their mantra, there is a symbol, the yantra of each Devi. And overall, the technology is called Tantra. Who follow that this technology, Tantra, they call Tantric. So all this worshipping these Devis are Tantra sadhana, the Tantra practices. Tantra means technology, okay? So don't go with the tantrics or villains. Those are movie stuff. We're not going into that. We're saying Tantra means three things are definitely needed to invoke any energy by the seeker initially. Later on, it may not be needed. That is yantra, that is a device, mantra, that what you chant to energize that, and tantra. Yantra, mantra, and tantra. Tantra means the technology of the whole thing. To know, you cannot apply same technology everywhere. So each and every has a process, has a method to invoke that energy. You have to follow that method. If you want particular Devi, you have to have the particular yantra, particular mantra, and particular method to invoke that energy. And everything has a purpose. We'll touch upon a little bit of that. Now let us go back to the explaining that Ma Tripura Sundari or Shorashi. Shorashi means the girl of 16 years age. So, okay, so her mantra has 16 syllables. From there, also the Shorashi has come, and she sometimes worshipped as a young girl of 16 years, or Shorashi. Shorashi literally means the girl of 16 years age, like a teenage girl. So she is beautiful and like very young youth representing, and that Tripura Sundari, and also known as Swarashi. Yeah. And what purpose of invoking that energy? She brings the awareness that beauty of the soul and is of importance. So now the awareness, what it brings, the beauty of the soul, in fact, the truth, Sattam Sivam Sundaram. It brings the it's not, basically, it is not the, when you get into touch with the soul consciousness, you ultimately you'll get the joy on love and all these kind of things. You will invoke that kind of energy. Then physical beauty, you will realize just a mere illusion, and superficial. Make one beautiful external package makes the quality of the goods inside, right? It is the whole being that has to be beautiful, that has to be pure, that has to be, like magnetic, then you will feel that energy, that the true beauty, and that comes from the consciousness, the soul consciousness. Okay, so that is what it is saying here, that that physical beauty is just that understanding will come. You will no longer spend time, effort, and money into your, getting into your physical beauty improved. There is no need. That is an illusion. Ultimately, it would not serve any purpose. But inner beauty, what is when you express yourself in the soul form, that will be, that is the true, nature of that. That is what the sadhana will get you there. Tripura Sundari. And Tripura also means who is beautiful in all the planes. So the three planes are there. You can say that Sarga, Marta, Patal means the three planes, or if you want to give another type of dimension wise, you can say it is a physical, mental, and spiritual dimension, beautiful in all dimensions. So that is a Tripura. Also, Tripura means all that three planes, and you might remember when the Babaji gave me the mantra in Babaji's cave in 2015. So there also that mention is there, like Om Triguna Tripura Mahavindum Masti. Okay, you may recall that. So Tripura is there. Yeah. So anyway, so this sadhana will get you into all the beauty of all dimensions and all those things. Get into the ultimate beauty, Tripura Sundari. And Swarashi, like as I said, that is youth, power of youth and beauty, and all this thing will reveal itself. Yeah? And also, she is a custodian of Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya is a special power, to attract wealth and enchant the world. Like the beauty, the magnetic beauty, or attract the world, money magnetism, whatever you call it. By worshipping that, so you can get in there. So that is also there. So and Sri Yantra, there is a method we can do it, and we also we need to worship that. There is a yantra. Yantra means a device which can attract that kind of energy, and Sri Yantra is so. How many of you have seen a Sri Yantra? Okay. Okay, very good. Yeah.
Yes, I have also.
Good, very good. So Sri Yantra is basically, it is the method is Sri Vidya. It came, the representation, Yantra represents Sri Vidya. Let me show you. You can see this pyramid type. Okay, so this is the Sri Yantra. It is a small one, but it can be made little bigger and all. So this is a Sri Yantra. And this is three-dimensional. It is made of crystal, but there is also Sri Yantra made of, it's two-dimensional also, like a figure and all that can be worshipped. So each and every, the Devi, there is a mantra. So, and you have to worship properly to invoke the energy. Simply just by decorating it is not good enough. And mantras are associated with it. But mentioned that each and every Devi, when they go into the sadhak, they go into sadhana of each energy. The purpose I'm just telling, if somebody is going for the beauty and that part of it, so they can do this sadhana to attract wealth and the beauty. So that is Tripura Sundari. Let us continue, then we'll come back to some other detailed discussion later. So that is the third Devi, is a Maha Tripura Sundari or Shorashi. So then Maha Bhuvaneshvari. She is connected with art's creation and is viewed as the underlying energy. So Bhu means earth, and Bhuvaneshvari means from the earth, then she gets into the conscious. So whatever we are facing in this world, she is the Devi of all those kind of things. And she is identified with using the Mahabhuta. You know the Mahabhuta, the elements, that the fire, air, space, earth and water. So she is that using all this Mahabhuta to create the world for us. And she is also the Prakriti. Prakriti is the nature of the physical world. So Prakriti is also the representative of the Mother Earth, and she is that Devi, Bhuvaneshvari. Bhu means earth. And she brings many blessings, which include blissful, also in our practical, like all on planet Earth, the blissful married life, peace of mind, focus, sound sleep, all these earthly things. Also, people can worship her and to get blissful into the family life and the kind of thing we do, worldly work and our sleep and things like that. So that is also there. So all the worldly parameters that are comfort or, peaceful life, also we can pray her. So, and she is representing basically Mother Earth. Next is 5 is Ma Bhairavi. Bhairavi is described to oversee the process of dissolution, decay or death. Bhairava means that is representation of death. So we need to understand the death from the spiritual connotation here. Of course, death is painful, death is end, and although that is our worldly knowledge gives us the death. But we need to understand that death is necessary to end in one form to start another form. Unless and the previous form dies, the new one cannot come. Two things cannot occupy the same space. So, death of an existing form is necessary for what? For transformation, for renewal, for reincarnation. The better version of yourself. When a person got, say, enlightened, the previous form, unenlightened form, but with unawakened form, it dies actually. The truth is that person is not the same person anymore. Something transformed, something awakened, renewed, and the new person came up. And this transformation happens to spirituality, the knowledge, the power, awareness. earlier days that even the Brahmins, they call Dija. Dija means double born, second time birth. Here, it is not really meant for the Brahmin, it is for the awakened one. The 2 times birth. One is a physical birth and biological birth. Another is a birth of this awakened consciousness. That is second birth. So, to have the second birth, the death of first one is necessary. I explained many times that if you expose yourself to the experience of death in the physical body, means at the time of death, whatever is taken away from us, like our property, our wealth, our education, our relationships, our everything what we call ours in this world, at the end of it, our physical body, our name, everything goes just like that, and the death. If you consciously give it away from you, give it away means, of course, you need not to go through actual death, but you need to detach from them, which actually at the time of death actually happens, will happen for sure, for everybody. Man is mortal, so it has to happen. But Jitaji, when you are leaving, if you get consciously detached from your position, from your things, from your relationships, from your degree, diploma, and the job. And I'm not saying you run away from the job. I'm saying get detached. Don't expect too much from these things. And other people are controlling you. And then, like your money, then property, then your ego about getting more and some positions or some power in the society, or it doesn't matter. Become not important. And so get away with your name also. If nobody calls you, that's fine. All those things, if you can truly do, then the transformation happens. You become enlightened. Then death even cannot control you. And that is why it is said that being dead, you become immortal. So being dead means your physical self, the physical, not self, existence has died. But by the process, you live now into the enlightened version of yourself, means soul consciousness guided by soul, moment by moment. This process of, doing that can be achieved by praying to Bhairavi. Basically, you pray for the death, death of the lower self to attain the higher self. That's what it means. So if you see, the picture, if you see seated on a lotus with 4 hands, one with a book, one with a rosary, like Japamala, one with Abhay Mudra. This is Abhay Mudra. Don't worry. Never, don't fear. Fear not. And another with Varada Mudra. Varada means giving. Yeah? So one hand is like that, another hand is like that. Yeah? Varada means receiving. We are here to receive from the goddess. So that's what it means. Bhairavi also assumed the role of an educator and produces the Vedas as a result of her wisdom. So it is said that the Vedas, the knowledge of the Vedas, it is basically came from her. Yeah. So because that is the knowledge of transformation. So that is, those kind of things are there. And so background is death, but this kind of death is not to be feared upon. You have to win the death, win over the death. And for winning over the death, you need that kind of wisdom. You need that kind of education, that kind of things, so that you can get over the fear of death. So, and by true wisdom, you will be living a liberated life. Because if someone wins the fear of death, nobody can do anything for them. Because they doesn't come under the fear. So it is not possible to subdue them and, get something done, become fearful and they will do anything. They will not. They may ignore you. They come in silent because they don't need anything from you. You are giving threaten and all those things. So it's a good luck. Okay, that's okay. You thread and please yourself. It's okay. Anyway, so that power comes from Mahabhairavi. So Bhairava, that is, it is controlling Wraith and all those things. And also, let me tell you one thing. If one does that, the Bhairavi sadhana, Bhairava, yeah, so they can actually, as I mentioned, not only win over death, they can, because it is a death and decay and the dissolution process, but same power can be used to stop the dissolution, stop decay. In other words, this power can be used for age reversal. People who do the sadhana, they don't get into old age very soon. They look relatively young. You will not see that they're like the skin get what is called wrinkles and all those things, and the skin and glow or whatever you call it. Yeah, so that will not reflect their true age. Those are possible by this sadhana. In spirituality itself, it is possible, but I'm saying particularly those who do that, they look young because they can also delay the decay process. They slow down the decay. They win over the death. So that way, they can look fresh and young because that is the power. They got it. Yeah. All right. Next is Ma Chinnamasta. Ma Chinnamasta is one of the, you can say, terrible, the terrorizing root of the Devi. So what you see, she has cut her own head and holding it into one hand. And there is a sprinkle of the blood coming out from that. One goes to the head. Two other goes to two of her companions. These companions are called Dakini Yogini. And drinking her own blood. And that's passed from her neck. Yeah, so that is coming out from that. What is the spiritual significance of this? Head removal is okay. That is about, completely annihilate the ego and go get rid of the ego completely. Yeah, detached from your whole body. How to get over that ego completely? So you can say that you can activate the chakras and get the connections and all with the divine, and your energy should move up and things like that. So in so-called your figurative head doesn't matter. That can be removed and your head will be in your hands. Yeah. So that is there. And some not literal figures. It is there to symbolize something. The main bloodstream which is going into the head is drinking, it is actually representing your Shushumna Nadi, where the energy flows. And there are two companions of that bloodstream. They are also getting the blood or energy in that sense. They are actually the Ida Pingla Nadis, or Chandra Nadi, Surya Nadi. So they are supporting that Shushumna Nadi. So those three streams of blood, they represent that energy flow through our human body. So it is that energy feeds that head, not other way around. Head doesn't control them. That's what it means. Yeah. So anyway, and that she represents sacrifice, both giver and the taker of life. Yeah? So sacrifice means head. When we surrender, we give the head. No? So it is a sacrifice for that energy to take over. She is the one who fulfills desires and saves from all the sorts of worries. And when this comes into completely under control, this by, praying to her, she actually wins over the desires, but not by running away from it. It is just win over the desires and all sorts of worries. There is no worry because the head is not there. So who will worry? And also it means she goes beyond the desires. In fact, the desires are the stepping stone to get that kind of siddhi. Siddhi means the more power than that. And out of all kind of desires of the human body, sexual desires is the most common and most powerful in this world. That she wins over. She gets the power to win over that. And if you see that the deity form, there you see that one couple is lying below her feet, 1 foot. That below that, she win over that couple who is into the sexual act, and they are basically Kamdev and Rati. Rati is Kamdev's wife. Yeah, so that is the symbolism of that. Anyway, so this is Ma Chinnamasta. So it is it's a violent form of the roop, but more violent form is their sadhana can take you to that ultimate goal very fast. Everything is ultimate liberation, So if that takes it very fast into that liberation form. Yeah. Okay. Next is Ma Dhumavati. She creates illusionary smoke screen. Dhum means smoke. Vati means cover. Dhumavati means who creates the smoke screen. What is a smoke screen? She creates, if you see that the picture of her, she is the only God which is, like Roop is like a widow. Look is like a widow and symbolizes the painful and burdensome aspects connected with the end of life. Like old age. Suffering looks like the image looks like suffering from old age and loneliness and things like that. Yeah. So this is her energy shall not be invoked by the householders. Let me tell you, Ma Dhumavati's thing, because it is a widow kind of roop and alone and thing like that, and the old age and painful. It's a path of invoking the pain to get faster liberation. And that has to face alone, no companion, nothing. And you just sitting alone, few crows are here and there, and barren land, and no house, no building, no property. That's why no family. So that's why this kind of energy is not recommended for householder. Let me tell you, because we are following householder spirituality. So you should not invoke Ma Dhumavati energy. Yeah. However, we can always take blessings and move on, but no need to do sadhana. No disrespect, but we have to accept. But all of our lives, some part will come when we will be the old age. We are alone. It will be most likely it will be painful, because our physical capacity reduces. People, if we depend on someone, they ignore us and whatever. Those are all. I need not to go into detail. All of us we know. Yeah. So this means how those who denounce, but if some people they denounce the physical world, okay, like they take the sadhana, sannyas they have taken already. They are not into any kind of maya of the external world or property or family and things like that. They're secluded and doing some kind of sadhana. They can use this Ma Dhumavati's energy, and they have go into the beyond any fear of illusion and mortality and truth of immortality. They can get it. You might have seen some Naga Sannyasin, into the female sannyasis into this, during our Kumbh Mela. Yeah, some of them. So for many of them, they pray to Ma Dhumavati. They worship that. And If you do that, then again, these kind of things, all pain and suffering goes away and you are lonely anyway. Means lonely, no? The aloneness, like your own sadhana doing alone. Then you get into the truth and they get into the age reversal and immortality kind of thing, Ichamritu. So this kind of things, they can easily get it. But all these things, suffering and all, you have to, there is a key to go beyond that, and particularly those who have been physically also the female, they can get into this energy very fast and get into all these things. But however, this path is tough, that's why it is saying it is not to be practiced by the householders who has a family and all those things. And it is not the way of householder spirituality. It is just to be known. So removing the illusions and all those things, and it is by suffering into this loneliness is not the path for us who are the spouses of the spirituality. But that is one form of Devi. Someone can go into that and do that. And this also, there is a mantra can be chanted and all those things. And it is also important to understand. Mantra, I just said that that is the software. Yantra is a hardware. And I already showed you Sri Yantra. And mantra, what you chant, that is, it is a software, or by chanting you activate that mantra, and then tantra, which is a technology. Now, there are different Devi forms, and as we are saying, not all this, those kind of sadhana, those Devis need perfectly spelled out mantras to invoke that. Otherwise, it will not be invoked. In fact, if you, in this, they are so powerful, if you do a mistake in chanting, it will be harmful, so be careful. Yeah. So it is not that you start chanting. I have the list of mantras, there's not an issue. And, but the thing is, it is be careful what you are choosing and how you practice. And if you're not serious, definitely it's strictly no. And chanting wrong mantra, etc. will be harmful. Just few minutes back, I was telling it is a path of love, not path of fear. So why I'm telling this is harmful? Am I not installing fear in you? No, I am not. I'm just cautioning you. Okay. To understand what I'm doing, let me give you an example. Suppose cooking. You wanted to cook something, cook a curry. You have to chop the vegetables and then you have to put the pan and put oil and all those kind of things. Yeah. So, is cooking bad? Of course not. You need to feed yourself. You have to enjoy the food. So, cooking is necessary. Same as the sadhana is required to get the result, get the fruit, the knowledge. The thing is. But in the process of cooking, when you chop the vegetables and all those things, be careful about the knife, otherwise you'll cut your finger. When you put oil into that pan, there may be some sprinkle here and there. Don't bring your eyes too close to that. Some oil may go into your eyes and you may hurt yourself. Yeah. Also, that the pan is hot enough, you don't touch the pan. You be careful. If you touch that, your hand will burn. So, is the cooking to be avoided? No. We need cooking. But at the same time, you need to be caution how you're cutting, how you're, not to bring your eyes close to that where you're cooking, or don't touch that thing. So these are the things. So that's what I'm saying. The mantra chanting to be done with a proper guidance and precaution. You should not take it lightly. Then you will hurt yourself. In the process of just like cooking food, your hand is burned. It is a side effect. It is not the purpose of the whole exercise. But you need to be aware. You need to be careful what you should do and what you should not do. Yeah. Same here. to another form of being. And in the process, there are some precautions need to be taken. Proper guidance need to be need to be followed, so that ultimately you can deliver the result without any harm on yourself or anybody else in that matter. So that is a word of caution here. So the mantra and all are good. Everything available. It's not that something, but it has to be done properly. It has got a method, and that method has to be followed and respected. So that you can invoke the energy without any kind of side effect. So when we will visit this Kamakha temple, that part, the precautionary part, that the Guru will take care. So Babaji will take care. So don't worry about that. So just follow the guidance. But if you go alone, that part will be missing. It is like a first time somebody is cooking, doesn't know which is hot, which is sharp, and things like that. They cut themselves and harm themselves. Yeah, that is the thing. So you will be protected, guided. So under this, so that you can receive that energy without any kind of negative thing on harming yourself in any way. Yeah. All right. So next is Maha Bagalamukhi. Maha Bagalamukhi, she possesses the magical power. You can say that, in fact, she is actually magical power, in fact, also create illusions. And who can create illusion, they can destroy illusion also. So both together. So all this kind of magical power she has. She is main, the way is, the power is the force of stambhana, which is to stop, obstruct, or restrain. Yeah. If you invoke her energy, anything can be stopped. Her devotees are protected by her, and it is said that anyone trying to cause harm to them will be transfixed. Ma Bagalamukhi's worship, there are many. She protects her devotees such a way, whoever wants to harm them, like the devotees, they get harmed. In spiritual language, you might have heard me saying that. I told earlier, not to do any harm to anyone. I just hold the mirror, that thing goes back to them. Yeah. The power of holding that mirror comes from this kind of worshipping, Bagalamukhi. So that's how they can protect. Holding a mirror into path of something harm, it is also stopping something, no? You are change the direction of that particular negativity, the energy which is coming. In Indore, we have done a lot of like a black magic removal. Whoever has done anything, it goes back to them and transfix them, like put them into the cage. So also Maha Bagalamukhi, it is like she creates the stillness of the mind also. Stop anything, including your mind, which we need for our spiritual practice. No thought zone. Yeah? And if you see that in her picture, I think it is she is the holding tongue of a demon. Tongue, stopping. Most of our bad relations and these things, or our experiences created with bad mouthing by somebody or someone, or even ourselves, we talk nonsense, and that creates a disharmony. Stopping our own tongue or somebody else's tongue, and it's saying that some demon holding the tongue and bashing. So this kind of things, how to observe silence, how to hold our tongue. We should control tongue. Tongue should not control us. We should not keep saying something, whatever comes in our mouth. That is not the way to lead a wise life. Yeah? So we have full control on your own tongue. And when you do that, stillness of the mind, silence of the tongue, then you are exposed to your inner self. That is the path to go, your innermost self, and go beyond ego and illusion. And in fact, same thing we are practicing. In silence, stillness of mind, then the connections opens up to the higher dimension, and we do that. Even who the Tantra sadhana, Maha Bagalamukhi, Stambhan, I said the Stambhan means to stop. So if you worship Maha Bagalamukhi, there are a lot of other powers come. People say, what is that? Stop. There's two things I just explained, stopping your mind, stopping your tongue. There are other ways also. This technology can be used. The worshipping Maha Bagalamukhi can be done. Most of the cases, Maha Bagalamukhi, it's by the businessmen and the politicians, they worship Maha Bagalamukhi. That is to stop their enemy. That is to stop their, what is called, people who are harming them. So they can be stopped. And sometimes some, tantric, they have Bagalamukhi kavach, means you can wear it, it will stop your enemy to harm you and things like that. So stopping is necessary. Many cases, stopping particularly the bad thing or harmful things in your life. And in fact, in the whoever got to the mastery of that, so this the masters okay, let me talk about tantrics. Why they're so popular to Bagalamukhis and all these things? So it is not the physical enemy or the opponents or political opponents or the business rivalry and you are stopping. Sometimes like the black magic kind of stuff, there are some entities which have been harmful. They have been pushed towards you, and like the black magic and this kind of thing. So they also can be stopped by this sadhana. All these entities, the dark entities, they can be stopped by this energy of Bagalamukhi. And if one goes to the developed mastery, the spiritual, the masters, high level of masters, they can go into the territory when they can stop any natural phenomena. They can stop flood, they can stop rain, they can stop natural thing. They have so much power. So that Bagalamukhi is that, because they are a master, that level. So in the collective level, they can stop some event to happen. They can stop some earthquake to take place. Stop something which is, destroying maybe many lives. They can stop it. Okay. Stop it or at least hold it for a certain time so that people are, go out of there on safety, and then, the nature takes its own course. These are the most powerful thing, So don't think stopping is unnecessary. If we know art of stopping, then that becomes our great power, and that is the Stambhana means, okay, and which comes by worshipping Maha Bagalamukhi. All right, now let's go to 9th Devi, Maha Matangi. Matangi, it is her roop here. So, by the way, Bagalamukhi, she looks golden. So everything is high, rich, golden and things like that. Very sophisticated kind of look. Maha Bagalamukhi. Matangi is just the opposite. She has taken. It is the form of outcast and untouchables. So if you go into the caste system, the lower caste, the people, and that kind of group, she has taken, Matangi. And that group actually to create the illusion of vulnerability in the mind of demons. It is very unfortunate that even, in this era, today's era also, the lower caste people, particularly girls, have been, undergo a lot of torture by the other people, higher caste, because they consider themselves as vulnerable, and unnecessarily they, the people come and disturb them and things like that, torture them. This is not at all good. But Matangi here taken that rope to bring that element of people the demonic tendencies, to bring them in, showing the vulnerability. Okay. Because if you look weak and coming from the lowermost caste and like kind of thing, so those kind of people have the demonic tendency. They can they think that they are available for any kind of torture and a use and throw type of attitude. That's how they come there. And when they come, Matangi uses power to destroy them. Okay, destroy them so much that they finally win over. You get that kind of, the power. And in fact, this kind of way of treating this kind of enemies, or the way of treating the demonic tendencies, and ultimately subdued and then become the ruler of them. Yeah, that is the path of Matangi. Show the vulnerability, attract these things, destroy them and rule them. Okay. This is a beautiful, way of the way it is wonderful way of doing things. Yeah. Otherwise, nobody could have messed with you if, you are like look, powerful and intelligent. But if you look like a helpless and, like a low in money power, low in social power, low everything, then a lot of people jump in to take that advantage and come here, and that is the time they destroy you. And this power will destroy you and win over and rule them. Yeah. Anyway, chanting her mantra illuminates one with true knowledge, inspiration, and expression. So, Roop is illusionary, but knowledge is not. Knowledge is about the leadership and the ruler. Actually, this is the tool of the ruler. The rule, that is ultimately, but it is of the good ruler. That like Paritrana Sadhunam Vinashaya cha Duskritam, that Lord Krishna's thing in the Bhagavad Gita, Samabhami Yuge Yuge, that one. Yeah. That part is, like protecting the good people, and Vinashaya cha Duskritam, like whoever is a miscreants and the demonic people to, vinash, and, like destroy them. So that is the kind of thing, that is the duty of the ruler. And that power, that energy comes from Matangi. Okay, so that is the chanting her mantra, illuminates one with the true knowledge and inspiration and expression to rule, to take care, to serve the humanity. Okay, that is Matangi. One is Ma Kamala. Ma Kamala is actually the goddess of prosperity. So you can say that Ma Kamala is a Devi equivalent, Tantra equivalent of Lakshmi. Yeah. So goddess with auspicious and desirable qualities. She has all good qualities, the look wise and skill wise and things like that. Whatever, actually for householders like us, Ma Kamala is, we can say, the best. Okay. So whatever householders they are looking for, my blessings of Ma Kamala, everything can be received. Her blessings can bring many things, but normally we seek, like a good luck, luxurious lifestyle, success, name, fame, and safety, protection. All whatever in the practical life a householder needs, she represents the energy of all that, right? Just by worshipping her Ma Kamala, and that is also that it is like a prosperity and abundance and all the desirable qualities, good qualities, and she can bestow on us once we worship her into that. So. And in the Sri Yantra I just showed you, it is Tripura Sundari, yes, also Ma Kamala as well. Sri Vidya, when in the mantra Sri Vidya also Kamala is mentioned, Kamala Laye. So those are, it is also because it is a part of the good luck, luxury, wealth, and that is to invoke that. All right, so with this, all 10 Devis have just explained. So now the floor is open for any questions. If you have any questions, then you are welcome to ask me. Okay, okay, Hari Om, just give me a minute. I will first let me save this file. I'm in attendance. All right. So now first is Hari Om, then I'll come to you, Shailaja. Yeah. Hari Om, go ahead.
Pranam, Guruji.
Yeah, Pranam.
Guruji, now we know the 10 different Devis, as you have explained. Now, by praying to Mataji, does it imply that all these 10 or they have to be prayed separately?
See, all the divine feminine form came from Adi Shakti. Okay. Adi Shakti, these are 10 forms. Yeah. To understand that, you can say that these are the 10 ways or 10 doors or 10 paths to reach to Adi Shakti. Mataji is also another path for us we are following Babaji. So Babaji also referred to Mataji. So this is our form of going to the Shakti. And if you see that the picture where Babaji, Mataji is sitting in a forest and the water, so you remember that picture?
I remember, Guru.
Okay, let me show you again. So one from my...
Yes, Guru.
Some glare is coming. Yeah. See, this is Mataji and Babaji, right?
Correct.
Okay. This roop, Mataji's roop, there is a flower also in her ear, and the red sari with golden tulsi leaf. Okay. This particular, the red color itself is a Shakti form, yeah? And golden tulsi is a luxury, means the householders, what we need, the wealth and money and things, that symbolizes that. And Mataji is, doing some, Hridaya Mudra. You see that?
Correct. Good.
Love, pure love and things like that. So in our case, that is actually Mataji's roop for us to meditate and connect to that Adi Shakti through Mataji. Okay. So the question is that it is up to you which path you choose. And it is not also this way or that way. You can, worship more than one Devis. That is there. And this, 10 Adi Shakti, there are 10 things. It doesn't mean there is nothing else. Okay. There are many other forms. But this 10 has been worshipped as a part of Dus Mahavidya. That is the thing. And others are not part of Dus Mahavidya, but they do represent the divine feminine. And for us, Mataji is go to directly to the source through Mataji. Those are all there. Yeah.
Secondly, Guruji, in case of Paramahansa ji, Ramakrishna ji, Guru Totapuri came and told him to cut the figure of Maha Kali, or that in as part of final illusion. What was that? How does it? If he was praying to her and he got a lot of success or he got the Shakti, then why in the end he told him to get detached from that path?
That is a good question. So even though I normally don't explain about other masters, why they do it and why they don't, because as a policy, but in this one I will do. This one I'll tell you. Yeah. Not directly exactly what happened to Thakur, but I'll tell you in general why these kind of things are needed. At the end of your spiritual journey, you need to even cut the cord with your own guru as well. Because you are the oneness, one. Yeah?
Correct.
If the two is there, final journey is not possible.
Right.
So it is your Shivatva, that your individuality need to go. Even your guru will become a burden. Attachment with your guru, not guru. Guru will work his or her own path, but you have to, one point of time in the ultimate stage of sadhana, you have to offer. Offer means you have to detach from your guru as well. Acharya Devaya Bhava. Yeah? So you have to offer that to the divine and then move on. That is a very ultimate level. Okay. When you are the one, even that your, from attachment with your guru will also become an obstacle there.
Right.
That is where that all who has reached there, they know it. Okay. But there is no disrespect. It is cutting means it is not you start disrespecting that. But it is necessary for that final journey. It is a path of aloneness. It is a one. You are the one who has to ultimately go there. You cannot go with anybody else or somebody else's kandhe pe to nahi ja sakte. That is why you need it. Agar somebody is helping you, kandhe pe utha ke kahin pe le ja raha hai, end of it, last phase, you need to walk on your own.
Like a pole vaulter.
I have answered your question.
It's like a pole vaulter. When you're crossing over, you leave even the pole.
Correct. Otherwise, that became an obstacle. Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you, Guru. Okay. Thank you so much. Wonderful.
God bless. Okay. Next is Shailaja. Go ahead.
Pranam, Guruji. Which is the softest form of energy in these 10 Mahadevis? And also, does the sadhana of any of this requires initiation and guidance?
Oh, yes. All of them needs some kind of initiation from that, from the guru and sadhana who are it's a tantra sadhana. Means there are some specialists who are, doing that. So that needs the mantra diksha and all those kind of things. But saying so, that is needed if you like to develop your own expertise into that. But seeking blessings and things, that is possible. That you worship and that is possible. That for that you don't need that kind of mantra diksha and following those rituals and things like that. That is possible. But who is for us, as I said, Tripura Sundari and Kamala, these two are for our householders, those are the best. That for us, the prosperity, abundance and things like that. So we can worship them. So that is, even I have shown you Sri Yantra. So, but you need to worship. You don't neglect, just to keep them as a decoration piece should not be done. That is the only thing. Otherwise, Sri Yantra also, you can put it in your puja place. And Sri Yantra, in fact, there are many of our group members, they have Sri Yantra. And if you get a Sri Yantra, proper Sri Yantra, there are a lot of fake and things like that also available in the market. The proper Sri Yantra, then I can charge it for you. I will do the charging so that you can place it on your place of puja and you can then worship that. It will get that energy. Okay.
Guruji, actually, I have the 2D picture of Sri Yantra. Can I bring it over there for getting it charged from you?
Sure. Bring it to Kamakha. We'll charge it there. It's good also. The place is good also for charging. Okay. You bring it.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Okay. All right. Next is Chaitali.
Yeah, Pranam Guruji. My first question is, if I'm not coming in the camp, it is my will or it is Babaji's will that Babaji doesn't want me to come? Because once you told that Babaji is choosing who will come or join the camp.
That is correct. So let me answer it this way. If you hear about the camp the message has come to you, that means Babaji is asking you to come.
Okay.
Whether you come or not, that is your ego. Suppose if Babaji doesn't want you to come, you will not hear about it at all.
Oh, okay.
You got my point? Yeah?
Yeah.
So if the Babaji doesn't wish somebody to join, the news will not reach there.
Okay.
Okay. But
Yes.
if somehow you got the news, come to know about it, then it is your free will. Basically,
Yes.
your ego decides. Okay, clear?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Guruji. My next question is, Guruji, you were saying that next 3 years is very difficult for everybody. Those who are in spiritual path, they will serve. But I don't know how to serve. What is the process to serve this turmoil period?
No, surrender everything to Babaji and follow the process.
Okay.
Kriya meditation. Whatever you are guided, Babaji has sent you some guide. No?
Yes.
Whatever your guide is telling,
Okay.
be in the energy field of your Guru. You will be saved.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much.
Next, Vani.
Pranam, Guruji.
Pranam, Vani.
Guruji, for this, for all the Devis that you have mentioned, is this similar to what we do for Dasara, like 9 days, 9 Devis? And
No. That is Navadurga. That is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
some of them may be similar, but they are different. Dus Mahavidya is not Navadurga.
Okay. And the other question is like, we have something like on Fridays you worship Lakshmi, and like some other days you worship some other goddess. Is that also true, or is it just something?
See, let me tell you, it is not weekday wise divided, but there are some vidhi. Vidhi means process. Certain things to be done, maybe something need to be done during full moon, something during the Amavasya, something during the daytime and evening time, and something like that. There are some rituals involved, there is some mantra involved. So, and also, one more thing I need to inform you, that how to select which one is the best Devi for you to worship. Vidhi will come later. First a selection. Somebody was telling, I think Shailaja was telling, I told that for householders, this Bagalamukhi and, Tripura Sundari and Maha Kamala, they can be worshipped. But saying so, there is another part of it. Each Devi has some of the planets they control. Okay. So, suppose you have some problem. Say, suppose you have in your chart, astrologically saying now, chart, somebody, the Shani is weak, creating problem. Yeah. So then, I think Ma Kali, you have to worship that to overcome that, the weak effect or negative effect of that planet.
Okay.
And there is another process, the vidhi is there, so that whatever in your chart, what is weak, if you take the energy of that Devi, then that you can overcome.
Okay.
So there are many aspects. I just gave a little bit of description of, that all the Devis, but there are other astrological things. Also, there are connection with Dasavatar. 10 avatars also connected to some Devis here and all those kind of things. So there are, many contexts. But when one goes into the sadhana, they get into it, and whatever exactly you need, and that Devi, and that form of energy you need to invoke and to get into that to have the beneficial effect of the things in your life. Okay. That is there. But to answer your question, if they are divided by the days, no such thing. This Devi on Sunday, that Devi on no. Week-wise, I don't know. But there are methods are different. the way of worshipping. Different mantras are there, different rituals are involved, what to do. In fact, as you are asking, different Devi has a different color of clothes to wear.
Yes.
Okay.
That was my second question.
Yes. Yeah. So different color, different symbols are there. It's like our chakras, no? 7 chakras, 7 different colors, 7 mantra, Bij mantra, and all this. So they are there. So you have to follow that ritual. That kind of thing, thing. Maybe there's some Devi like some kind of offering, like a food or something. You can offer that to please Devi and things like that. Yeah, those are there. They are different.
Thank you, Guruji.
Okay, God bless you. Okay, next is Shailaja. I have already answered you, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So now next is Vikas.
Yeah. Pranam Guruji. My question is Raj Rajeshwari and Tripura Sundari, these are 2 different deities or they are same?
No, they are same.
They are same.
Yeah, Raj Rajeshwari is the connotation. I mean, for addressing Tripura Sundari.
And Katyayani is different again.
There are many Devis. I need to check that. Yeah, Katyayani is different. Katyayani is one of the Navadurga, I think. But Vani was asking. One of the Durga form, Navadurga. Katyayani is there, I think.
So my second question is, this Dus Mahavidya, they are the results of Devi Parvati's sadhana, tapa, what she did for many thousands of years. It has come out from her sadhana.
It's our form. There are different mythological stories, yeah. Like, just I'm just giving one mythological story. I'm not telling these are truth or not true, and or that is a story or genuine and thing like that. In fact, all this kind of vidyas came from Adi Shakti, Parvati. One story is, that the Shakti, that Daksh, King Daksh was there. She insulted Shiva not to invite him and all this in Yagga, is thing like that. And Shiva was about to get out of the house to do something befitting reply to King Daksh. Then Mata Parvati has, it is said in mythology, she has having 10 forms of herself, of different power she has, and concealed all 10 directions. Like a Uttar, Dakshin, Purva, Paschim, Ishan, Agni, Nairit, and that 8 sides, yeah, and Urdhva Adha, 10 directions. So 10 Devis are all, they're concealed in all the directions, and that's how it is her different versions of herself, of the different characteristics. That is also said that. So it is all mythology. Mythology myth, it is a story. It is just not necessarily that is the thing, but it is a different, like any subject, they have a different chapters, no? Like any subject we read, we have a different chapters. So same here, it is a different chapters of Shakti, so that we need to understand and go forward further from there. It is like that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. God bless you. Next is Shashi.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you for this beautiful session. Question to you is that yet again, unfortunately, I will miss attending your camp. So for someone like me who will not be able to attend Kamakhya trip, how can how can I be blessed with the Shakti energy to face the chaotic world?
No, that you will be getting guidance. I'm not saying only attending this you will get it. Means Babaji has sent you the Guru will guide you. Yeah, there is one form, but of course, you will not be able to come in this particular thing from Poland and also in your because of your own personal reasons. But don't worry about that. We'll take it off the thing. Okay, we'll tell you outside the group. I will guide you what to do in your case. Okay, because it is not interest of anyone else. So I will tell you one-to-one guidance how to get it there.
Okay, Guruji.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. God bless you. Dipannita.
Pranam Rajdeep uncle. Actually, my question was very similar to Sharshi's question. I was wondering if there is a way to connect to the energy if we are not physically present there, because sometimes it is not possible to physically be in the camps.
Okay, as Seshi's case is a little different, but because for you, I'm just telling if you, those who, because you stay in US and it will be difficult for you to get the visas and all this kind of things, what you can do is, in these such cases, so you can contact me separately. I will give whatever the puja and offering on your behalf there. Guru can do that. Okay. So whatever your puja and all those things, you send it to me. Okay, I will do that. So and on your behalf, if it is not possible to come and all those things, I will do it on your behalf. Okay, there. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Next, Shishmita.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam.
My question is actually 2 weeks back the session was about karma. So can I ask now?
Yes, you can.
Actually, I couldn't attend the last session, and then that session, karma session, my call got disconnected, so no I couldn't ask.
Go ahead, you ask me.
Actually, I wanted to ask, like when we take care of animals, sometimes they become very sick, and vet advise them to put on euthanasia or put them to sleep. And we caregivers sometimes give consent for that. And when there are no treatment, the animal is just suffering. And another one is to control their population.
One by one.
Yeah. Yes. For this, are we becoming karma by the caregivers? By giving our consent, we are cutting a life short.
Okay. I'm now answering. Your intention should be pure. Because you don't have all the knowledge of medical science and the veterinary things and all those kind of things, right?
Yes.
Your intention should be pure, and whatever you are doing, you have to do yourself honestly. That's all. You take advice of whatever the professionals or the veterinary doctors and all those things, and then you give consent of whatever the process takes. Your intention is to help that animal, right?
Yes.
Okay. You do that. In the process, you will not bind karma. But if you intentionally don't give, or you just to do or say something which not in the favor of that animal, then only you will bind karma.
Okay.
In fact, not giving consent, maybe you will get karma, but not giving a consent because your intention is pure. After that, what happens? It is ma phaleshu kadachana. It's none of your business.
Yes.
That particular dog may be cured or maybe died. You don't know. But in either case, you will not bind any karma because your intention was pure. You were not intended to make any harm or a thing like that. And if that cannot survive, it is not that because of you, they are not survive. You are nobody. Okay. So that is not belong to you. So you do your best and rest you leave it to divine.
Okay. Yes.
What is the second question?
Yes, related to this one also, when some close, like our parents or very close relative who is suffering for a very long time, मतलब एकदम he or she is bedridden. So sometimes we pray to God ki relief from pain, to relieve him or her from pain, to take away the life. So are we doing wrong like that?
Yes, you are doing wrong because you are giving a decision to take away life.
Okay.
That is completely wrong.
Okay.
Case to case basis, you have to consult your guru. But in general, what you can pray, please, whatever in his or her best interest, let that happen. Don't give any outcome.
Okay.
Don't say कि इसको जल्दी उठा लो. Don't. Or in opposite also not correct कि जितना दिन हो सके और खींच लो और थोड़ा बच्चा लो. Don't do either of these two. Yeah, you never know because now I'm explaining why. Leaving a body is a soul's decision. Their own soul, and you are nobody. Okay. If because of practical reasons also, suppose there is too many of expenses unnecessarily, too much expenses going and all those things. So I just, my mother in the month of January, it happened. I lost my mother. The thing is, what you need to do, you have to do your best.
Yes.
Okay. Suppose it's money, you can give whatever money you can give. Beyond that, you say, I know it could have been taken another 5 lakhs to some other operation, but doctor is suggesting, but I don't have the money. Means be the truth. So if you don't do that surgery with 5 lakhs, you will not bind karma. Okay. But suppose you need a medicine and you have the money, the medicine may cost 2,000 rupees, you are not giving, but making excuse why other brothers and sisters, they should give, why me, you will bind karma. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You got my point. The rationale is not that what is happening. It is what is your approach to the whole thing. The approach is try to do as best as I can, and rest you leave it to divine. But if anything happens, at least from your side, you are clear. From your morals, you are clear that you didn't intentionally do anything wrong. Many people, they suffer the guilty feeling after something happened. Yeah? So when the time comes, I guide them, not because of the other person. The other person would have left the body anyway. Yeah, but you will suffer if you don't pay that medicine or thing like that and make politics out of it. Yeah, others should pay, this should pay, and this percentage, that percentage, equally divide, and this and who fast to say. You will bind karma and you will feel guilty.
Yes.
So but get rid of your guilt. I'm saying this is the thing. You pray what is in his or her best interest, let that happen. And I am doing this much only because that is my sadhya and samartha. Like what is my capacity and my willingness to help. But this is my capacity. And you should be truthful about it so that you don't have any guilty feeling later on.
But if Guruji, if the patient has instructed, like my father, he told them, don't put me on ventilation. Whatever happens, don't put me on ventilation. Yes, I did.
It's your duty to follow the will.
Okay.
So don't overcome that will of that person and you put yours.
Yes. I was a bit, because the doctor advised and we said no, because that was his wish. So
yes, you said no because it is not your wish, it is his wish. You are just complying, right?
Yes.
That's it. Okay. So you are clear. There will be no karma.
Okay. Yes, Guruji. That was all. I got my answers of the last 2 questions also. Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right. God bless you.
Thank you.
Arpan.
Pranam Guruji, thanks for very nice session. I have a different question, not related to today's topic. Can I ask?
Oh, sure.
So, Guruji, is there any spiritual significance of Kailash?
Kailash, spiritual significance, yes. That is a high energy spot and center. So that is spiritual significance is there. Yeah. So
can we get like a detailed light from you on that, because nowadays I'm hearing a lot of Kailash is open, registration open. People are going with different camps with different masters. So I want to know what is the significance. A lot of stories are there. Internet, it's full. Like people, So
no, see, it is like an energy. Let me give you in brief. It is like an energy source. You will receive from the source. You will get the energy about. It is about your capacity. Like it is going to a sea to take water, collect water. So I'm just giving you understanding. So it is not important how big is the sea and where it started, where it ended, and what is the color of water, etc. It all depends what is the size of your pot you go there to collect the water, right? So what I'm saying is it is futile to go into the significance of Kailash. You go, it is infinite source. You go there, how you prepare yourself to go and what you will basically seek there, that I can tell you, I can guide you. But listening lecture for 2 hours on Kailash will not give you anything. It will be like another version which is available in the YouTube. Okay. So it is a source, yes, and I confirm that it is a great source. And the thing is, the energy, physical discussion, it is not important. It looks like what and why the form is like this and that. It is a Shivalinga or not, and all. But NASA gives some photo, all nonsense. But it is a high energy spot. It is like a source, and it is a great, spiritual energy center. So if you do that parikrama and all, of course you get huge benefit, but you will get what as per your capacity. It is not the capacity of the place. Actually, it's infinite. There is no capacities as such. So it has nothing to do with that in that per se. So it is like getting a sunlight. No need to study the sun. You just go to the sunlight and get whatever energy you need, in the form of, say, plants or things like that. And the light you see, that is your benefit. So you focus on that. Not studying the sun will not give you that energy. So that is understanding. Okay, but question is whether you go, if you get chance, whether you go further Kailash. Yes, you can. Definitely. It's an energy source. We don't know. Maybe future we'll also have some, if Babaji asks me, I will arrange that also, Kailash Yatra. If it opens, I am not aware it is still open. I see some people having darshan from aeroplane. Okay. But physically, is they open the road permit? I don't know. So that I'm not sure.
What I recently heard, like it has opened after 4 years. So pre-COVID, it was off. Stopped. Yeah, that's what I heard.
If it is open, we can try. We can have, not immediately, because now the time is not for that. So that is, we will see. After 1 or 2 years, maybe we'll have some Kailash Yatra. Okay. All right. I think, okay, God bless you. I think there is no further question. So I will have Shanti Pak and then conclude our session for today. Om. Sarvesham Swastirabhavatu. Sarvesham Shantirabhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Mangal. That completes our session today.